Live. Go for it.
Good evening and welcome to our spring once-in-a-blue-moon homecoming pageant. I think we can all agree this year has been a year of very many firsts and rare occurrences. The theme seems especially fitting since this is the first time NEO has ever held our homecoming in the spring. Thank you for joining us this evening for one of NEO's most cherished homecoming traditions. Our 11 beautiful royalty candidates were selected by their club sponsors and peers to participate. They are each vying for the King and Queen title. Please join us for the game Saturday at 2:30 p.m. when the royal court will be announced. It is now time to begin our first part of the pageant and meet the candidates. During part one, each candidate will answer the questions related to the once-in-a-blue-moon theme. The students drew these questions in advance and had the opportunity to prepare their answers. During the second part of the pageant, candidates will each draw a standard pageant question and answer on the spot. Here we go.
Video.
From Pryor, Oklahoma. At NEO, I'm a general studies major. I did this in order to get a glimpse into everything college has to offer. I have decided to transfer to RSU and get my bachelor's in community counseling and then go on to TU in order to become a practicing family attorney. Using my program, Operation Obligation, and working with the nonprofit Learning to Give, I have been able to teach children that no matter who they are, they can move mountains.
Wonderful. Please welcome Aiden Thomas to the stage. Hi, Aiden. Only 3 to 5 in 1,000 votes will result in identical twins. How are you different from others in your family?
I love this question. Something that sets me apart from the rest of my family members is that I actually compete in pageants. And pageantry has opened so many doors for me. It has given me so many different academic opportunities and given me so many chances to interact and serve my community at home. So I really believe pageants is what sets me apart from the rest of my family. Thank you.
Wonderful. Great job. Thank you so much.
My name is Elizabeth Hokett, and I'm from Sugar, Oklahoma. I'm representing the Collegiate Farm Bureau, and I'm majoring in agriculture here at NEO. I'm also on the horse judging team, and I'm an Aiden ambassador. After NEO, I plan to go to OSU and double major in animal science and ag communications, while also being on the horse judging team there. I'm really glad that I've had a family environment here at NEO that's helped me build connections to further my career.
Please welcome Elizabeth Hokett to the stage. Good evening, Elizabeth from the Collegiate Farm Bureau. Here's your question. While many people are fearful of flying, the National Safety Council has reported you only have a 1 in 180,364 chance of dying as an airplane passenger in your lifetime. Please tell us about how you manage a personal fear or phobia.
Thank you, Allison. I think one fear that I tend to struggle with is the fear of missing out. Especially as a college student, I am constantly afraid that I'm going to miss out on an opportunity, and I tend to get overly involved, and sometimes that leads to me not managing my time well or getting stressed. But at the same time, I've also been able to take this fear and use it for good. The fear of missing out has allowed me to push myself to be more involved in clubs and organizations on campus, and to be able to have great opportunities like this one. Not to mention, I've been able to make more connections and that I will have for the rest of my life, and that will play a huge role in my success in the future.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hola, my name is Alanis Ruiz. I'm from Puerto Rico and I'm a sophomore here at NEO. I play volleyball here and I have a lot of NEO pride. I chose NEO as my favorite place since I have grown a lot as a person and I learned a lot. I would love to be the homecoming queen as my last memory at NEO. Go NEO!
Please welcome Alanis to the stage. Getting struck by lightning and getting attacked by a shark occur frequently in movies. It's extremely rare for these fearful events to occur in real life. How do you help others overcome their fears or insecurity?
For me, it's a guilty kind of fear stop people to stress and the freedom. And I can help people and give them advice. A lot of people can do that. A lot of people can tell you what to do to overcome that fear and insecurity. But my mom once told me that you are the only one that has the power to decide if you want to feel free and unstoppable. Because you have nothing to lose for try, but everything to lose if you have nothing to lose for try, but you have everything to lose if you step back because you're scared. And instead, if you try and fail, you will learn and you will more wise for the other try. But if you succeed, you will never regret that opportunity that you gave yourself. Like me, when I came here to Union, I didn't know any English at all. And I will never regret that opportunity I gave myself to be here.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We're so glad you're here.
My name is Adon Sarah. I'm representing Latinos Unidos. I'm from Jay, Oklahoma, so I'm right down the middle. But I'm very excited, very thankful to be representing Latinos Unidos because Latinos Unidos is about getting everyone together and having time. And I feel like we're all going to have a good time at Homecoming. So I'm very excited.
Good evening. Here's the question, my friend. Only 1% of the world's population is ambidextrous. Tell us something unique about you that sets you apart from the other community.
That's a great question, especially when you're up against candidates like this. You know, they're all very talented, very good at their own crafts, but that's something I love about you know, is the diversity in the culture. But touching back on the 1%, it's also a fun fact that 1% of the population of the United States is in the military. I am very proud to say that I've been a part of that 1% since February of 2019. It was the right choice for me. And I'm very, very thankful for the opportunity because not a lot of people do it. It's taught me a lot of things, and I think that's one of the things that sets me apart.
Well, I have to know you're proud that you made it. Thank you so much. Great job.
Hello, my name is Aiden, and I am a sophomore at the University of Oklahoma A&M College with my major in Union Studies. I plan to transfer to Missouri State University with a major in animal science and a minor in plant science. Some of my interests include riding horses, spending time with friends, and reading books. Something that interests me and something that I'm passionate for is advocating for mental health because I believe that's something that's truly not spoken about in high school.
Good evening. The spook light is a ghost light reported to appear in a small area locally known as the Devil's Promenade on the border between southwest Missouri and northeastern Oklahoma. Please tell us the time when you ventured into unknown territory.
Hello, so I ventured into unknown territory in May of 2019. I made the decision to put my health first as I came from a rough home life with my mom and dad involved in drugs as long as possible. So I decided to take a step forward and decide to move away, and I moved to Southwest Missouri. And I'm also a first-generation college student working on pursuing a degree in animal science with an emphasis in vet science, speaking of that in one day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Nika Matthews. I'll be representing the Native American Student Association Fund. Within my past 2 years at NEO, I have earned my degree in social sciences and I'm currently studying business administration. Along with my studies, I've also been a part of the NEO Spirit Squad. We've earned 3 national titles within the past 2 years. A cause close to my heart would be equality among all gender and all race. I look forward to representing NEO in a positive manner. Thank you.
Good evening. Haley's Comet is often referred to as the Earth's rare visitor, with its last visit occurring in 1986. If you could travel in time for a meeting with a rare visitor, who would it be and why?
So back in 2011 to 2013, I actually came across a quote that said, life isn't measured by how many moments of life you take, but how many moments you give every day. And I honestly didn't know that that was a quote by Maya Angelou. And I was going through all the quotes that my mom was teaching me through my childhood and came across the quotes such as, if you're always trying, keep trying until you know better, and when you know better, do better. She was a very interesting and very motivated woman that fought for civil rights for so many years throughout her life. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2014, and I never got a chance to actually meet her in person. But if I were to meet her in person, it would definitely be during her prime. And I hope to be like her one day. Thank you.
Great job, thank you.
Hey y'all, I'm Madison Bergen, and I'm representing the Student Ambassadors, and I'm from Smyrna, Oklahoma. Being Native American is something that is very important to me. It's taught me a lot throughout the years, and it's built me into the woman I am today. Growing up, I was always taught to follow your own path, but never forget where you came from.
Good evening, Madison. An amateur golfer's chance of hitting a hole-in-one are 1 in 12,500, according to the data at Golf Digest. What skill have you practiced to perfect?
So first off, I would say I really don't think anything can be perfect in this world, but it's important to always strive to be your best. But something that I think I have strived to be better at in my life is always being kind and having a good heart.
Thank you so much.
My name is Jamal Morris. I'm a sophomore real estate major here at NEO Native Contest. The love of the student ambassadors. I love representing student ambassadors because it gives me a show off as a person and show off my pride for the NEO students. I also love music, and I'm also a percussion section leader for NEO Native College Regional Legion.
Good evening. In a 52-card deck, the odds of being dealt a royal flush, the highest winning hand in poker, in your first round of cards is 1 in 649,740. What is something you've taken a chance that has paid off?
Honestly, I really like this question because at first I thought, obviously, that unless you understand something. But honestly, the more I thought about it, the more it gave me the opportunity to go over my life and realize and recognize all the things and the actions I've taken as not just a boy, but as actions I've taken to become a man. And honestly, the one thing I've taken a chance on when I think about where I've come from and the family I've come from and the way I was raised to now is becoming a student here at Yale. Because honestly, I never would have thought that I would be going to college in the first place because none of my parents went to college and they made it fine. So I never thought that I needed college, especially in Yale. But the chance I took on in Yale is enrolling and becoming who I actually thought I could have been then. And thanks to Yale, I became stronger mentally and even physically thanks to investments and really work out with them. I've become wiser, I've become older and mature as I'm not no longer a boy anymore. And it's helped me become a man into who I want to become in life, which is this communication with you. They're helping me grow and progress along the way.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Regina Ball. I am a sophomore here at NEO. I am an English major. I will be graduating this spring. I am also a first-generation student. I plan to attend MSSU in the fall to receive my bachelor's in literary studies.
Good evening. Many people travel great distances to stand in awe of Aurora Borealis in the northern lights, a memory that is not quickly forgotten. What has been the most memorable event in your life so far?
I love that question, Nancy. I would say my most memorable moment was when I became a tutor here at Neo State Sports Services. I've always been a very shy and introverted student and also as a person. So when I became one, I surprised myself. I surprised myself of how daring and bold I could be. And it really felt nice to help all those other students.
Wonderful. Great job.
Hello, I'm Riley Cisneros. I was raised in Rockwood, Indiana, and I'm representing by Bellingham. I majored in business administration technology, and I am pursuing a career in accounting. My life motto is to always try and make people smile who I come in contact with, because I find it very important that they understand how important, how amazing, and how valuable they are. I am so honored today to be sitting in front of you with these amazing candidates. Thank you for the opportunity.
Also called a circumhorizontal arc, a fire rainbow is an optical phenomenon formed by ice crystals in a high altitude surface of clouds. Rainbow signal the end of a storm. Describe how you leverage a storm in your life.
When I read this question, it kind of hit home with me because a story through my life instantly matched with this one. Growing up, my dad has been sick and actually found out that he has diabetes the day I was born. So through my life, we've always had hospital visits. My mom, my sister, and I would always go and visit him. When I was 11 years old, we basically lived in a hospital for 3 years, and finally he was on his deathbed, and he started drowning in his own fluid, and so they diagnosed him with complete kidney failure. Well, growing up, it was already hard, but life just got way harder. So he would have to go into a dialysis clinic, which just like the kidneys function, that's what they would do. It would drain the liquid from his blood. But unfortunately, he would get sick every time he would go, either them pulling out too much liquid, or he would just be uncomfortable in the car trip. The 35 minutes would get tiring, and he would have to go 3 times a week. Well, at the age of 16, my mom and I thought, this is too much. We don't want to keep going to the hospital. So at the age of 16, I decided to become a dialysis tech so I can do dialysis at home. So this is one way of overcoming this step of him getting sick, going to the hospital, and ever since we started doing home hemodialysis, he has gotten so much better, and he has not actually gone to the hospital in a while because he's felt more at home. And so that made my heart very happy, just because I saw him growing up, always constantly going to the hospital, and now he's so much better. So.
Wonderful job. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Aubrey Lamberton, and I'm coming to you as one of your homecoming queen candidates for the NEO Honors Program. I'm a sophomore here at NEO Aiden College, and I'm studying pre-nursing and ag business. I'm set to graduate in May, where I will go on to Missouri State University and join my twin sister and receive my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing in preparation for physician assistant school. Not only am I in the NEO Honors Program, but I am also involved in Phi Theta Kappa, and I am your student body government reporter. I can't wait to find new ways to serve you and our beautiful campus.
According to the Lottery USA, each ticket's odds of winning the Mega Millions jackpot are 1 in 302,575,000
Well, first off, I want to say everything tonight. Thank you for attending today, and I hope everybody's doing well. If I won the lottery, the first thing I would do is allocate funds for mental health organizations across the world. Mental health is so prevalent in our world today, and I think it's something that's not talked about. I personally have never been shy about my journey with mental health, and I struggle with all forms of anxiety and self-doubt. I find that people who often publicly share their stories can sometimes be ostracized and even criticized, and I don't think that's the way it should be. You have to understand that humans are humans, and none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. And we're definitely in a difficult time right now. We're in a pandemic. We've all been going through quarantine for the past year where we don't have any contact with one another. We don't get to socialize. And human beings are just like animals, we need to socialize, we need that companionship. And so in a way, we're all struggling. And that is one of the biggest reasons why my fellow SPG officers and I just recently started a online support group for kids on campus. We have resources for kids to come on campus and talk to people and hotlines, but we don't necessarily have an online group until now. So students are allowed to interact with one another under the supervision of a counselor, and I think that's going to be wonderful for students who are on campus now and students to come in the future. Another thing that I would donate to is also medical research and funding for higher education. Higher education is something that's so important in our society today, especially for kids like us. I think that everybody would agree with me when I say that college isn't cheap, it is expensive. And I hate to see college-age kids just like me not going to college just because they can't afford it and they have that financial burden. I think that's a right that shouldn't be taken away from kids. They should be able to reach their highest potential and really, pursue their dreams. And I think that we can all, say that we could have been those kids that didn't go to college if with that financial burden, if we wouldn't have had the support group that we have. I personally have a wonderful support group, and I'm so thankful for them. And last but not least, I would spend the rest of my funds simply just giving back to the people and the institutions who have made me who I am. I am so thankful for NEO and my family and friends. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this. I never would have pictured myself standing up here on stage, talking to all of you and doing this pageant. But I have family, friends, and people at this institution who really challenged me to broaden my horizons and open my mind to new ideas. And it's made me a better, more rounded person because of it. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I would now like to introduce to you this year's judges. They have already scored candidates on their academic performance, references, and content of profiles they have completed on a popular professional networking website, LinkedIn. Becca Stephenson grew up in Grove, Oklahoma, and went on to graduate from NEO with an associate's degree in early childhood in 2010. She was also awarded the top 10 freshman distinction in the program's inaugural year, along with the George Nye Award. Becca went to Oklahoma State University to obtain a degree in Child and Family Services in 2013. After graduation, she completed an internship at Sky Ranch Christian Summer Camps in Texas, and later became a full-time retreat coordinator. In 2016, she married her husband, Robert, and they both worked together at Horn Creek in Colorado for several years. Becca and her husband welcomed their first child, Hartley, in 2020. Becca now works in the guest services in Sky Ranch in Texas. When she is not working, you will find her shopping, enjoying movies with popcorn, and being outdoors. Thank you, Becca. Next up is Caleb Slav. Caleb was born and raised in Miami, Oklahoma. From his first job at Chapter's Bookstore downtown to later coaching many of Miami's youth at Flip Out Power and Tumbling, Caleb has a passion for serving his community. As valedictorian of the 2014 class of Miami High School, Caleb began his higher education journey at NEO, where he worked as a cultural activities assistant coordinator for the American Indian Center of Excellence, or ACE. It is in this position that Caleb aided fellow students through his academic advising in tribal relations and assisted in the department's grant program endeavors. As a student, Caleb was an active member of NASA, PBL, and the PTK Honor Society, and had the honor of serving his tribe, the Cherokee Nation, as one of 2015's Remember the Removal. Caleb was awarded the Top 10 Freshman Award and was named the 2015 Homecoming King. Continuing his higher education journey, Caleb attended Liberty University in Virginia and graduated in 2018 summa cum laude with a bachelor's degree of science in religion in biblical and theoretical studies. Caleb and his wife Jessica now reside in the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia, where Caleb serves as his community as co-manager of the Martel Christian in Education. Thank you so much, Caleb. David Stevens is up next. He is a native of Bonita, Oklahoma, and is a 2014 graduate of NEO A&M with an associate's degree in business administration. While attending NEO, he was president of the College Republicans, a PBL club member, and a team member on the 2014 Governor's Cup. Stevens served as the 2013 Homecoming King. After graduating, he transferred to Northeastern State University, where he immediately got involved on campus by becoming a chair member of the student activities and president of Phi Kappa fraternity. He graduated with a bachelor's of arts degree in 2016. Stevens then got involved in the state election campaigns across Oklahoma in a grassroots effort. He currently resides in Washington, D.C., working in the United States Senate as a digital director for Senator Deb Fisher of Nebraska. Thank you, David. Kelsey Williams is next. Kelsey Williams served as the homecoming queen for NEO in 2013. During her time at NEO, she was a member of the North Stars, the PTK Honor Society, and all Oklahoma academic team. Kelsey was selected as a top 10 freshman and received the prestigious New Century Scholar Award for the first time in NEO College's history. She graduated in 2014 with an Associate of Science degree in Natural Sciences. Kelsey went on to obtain a Bachelor's of Science in Human Sciences from Oklahoma State University and a Master of Health Science in a Physician Assistant Studies at the University of Oklahoma School of Community Medicine. She is currently a physician assistant serving patients in a field of internal medicine pediatrics. Thank you so much, Kelsey. To all of the judges, we thank you for your time, your effort, your love for NEO. We couldn't be here without you today, so we extend our greatest thanks to you for helping us tonight. At this time, I would like to introduce to you this year's North Spirit candidates. First up, Christopher Harper with the Student Ambassadors. Next up, Odalis from Costello with the Student Ambassadors. Carly Jones with the Native American Student Association. Ismael Chavez from the Latinas Unidas. Tinona Papas from the Unidas. Kevin Thomas from East Forks. Later this evening, the student body will vote on our Mr. and Miss North Spirit candidates via Snapchat polls. Please follow the capital N, lowercase EO, _college Snapchat accounts to submit your vote between 7 and 9 p.m. Best of luck to each of you. Okay, we are about to start our second part of this pageant. How this is going to work, candidates are going to come out one by one. They will pick a question from the bowl. I will read it to them and they will answer. Candidates have not seen any of these questions, so it is completely anonymous and new to them. Here we go. First up, I owe an apology to Miss Seaton. Miss Seaton Thomas with the Phi Beta Kappa will become first. Seaton, I am so sorry. Go ahead and draw a question and I will read it. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. What accomplishments are you most proud of?
This is such a great question. I absolutely love this question. So here at NEO, I have been given so many academic opportunities and awards, and that's something that I've always strived to do my whole entire life. And I was actually just awarded and given the title of All Oklahoma Academic Team Member. So having my 4.0 all the way up until, fingers crossed, this last semester here has really paid off, and it just really validates all the hard work and hours that I put into my academics. And I am so proud, and I hope I make my family proud and NEO proud. Thank you.
You have certainly made me so proud, and I know you will get that 4.0. Congratulations, Seaton Thomas with the Phi Beta Kappa. Thank you. Next up is Elizabeth Hokett with the Collegiate Farm Bureau. Come on out, Elizabeth. Please draw a question from the bowl. I will read it. You will answer. All right. Here we go. Question number 2. What qualities do you admire most in others?
I think that's a really good question. One of the qualities that I admire most in others is people who can get along with each other. And I think today, in today's age, we have a lot of people who disagree on a lot of things, especially in the political world. And I think one thing that I really admire is people who can disagree and still love each other. And love is one of those big things to me. It's really important to me to love others because as a Christian, I think that's one of the most important things. Love comes first in my life. And I think that and responsibility is another big one for me. I love when people are responsible and when they say that they're going to do something and follow through with that. That's been a big thing in my life, and I always try to do that, and so I love to see other people do that as well. Thank you.
Wonderful. Great job. Thank you so much. Ms. Alani, you are next, my dear. Come on out. Please draw a question from the bowl. I will read it to you. Yep. Great job. All right. In what ways do you aim to be a role model for people in your life?
Well, can you repeat the question?
I will, no problem. In what ways do you aim to be a role model for the people in your life?
I want to be a role model for all my family, that they can do everything they want, because my dream always was their aim is being in space, do my dreams with my twin sister, and we make it. And to be a role model is like I want to be a role model because I just want to accomplish everything I want for my family, so they can that they can make it too.
Wonderful. Great answer. Great job. All right, next up is Mr. Aiden. Come on out, my friend. Draw a question from the bowl, and I will read it. Yep. Okay, you ready? All right. How important is positive self-esteem?
Oh my. I think that's everything. If you're not confident in yourself, you're setting yourself behind. I mean, you can't lose a battle before you go in. So I think positive self-talk and confident self-esteem, that has to be something that
Great job. Thank you so much. Ada Tucker, come on out. Draw a question from the bowl, and I will read it. Yeah. Okay.
great question. I believe in my mission in life is to make people happy and just to try to be a positive role on everybody in my life. I came from a rough background and I would love to show that just because you came from a rough background, that you can leave yourself behind. And that you can power through it and just do anything in life that you set your mind to.
Great job. Nika Matthews, come on out, draw a question from the bowl, and I will read it. Okay, here we go. Who is the most influential person in your life?
That is a wonderful question. So the most influential person in my life is definitely my mom. My mom has been through thick and thin with me, no matter how much she loved it or didn't. She's always been my biggest supporter. Every single game, every single event that I've had in my life. And I just couldn't be more thankful for someone that was so supportive of me and everything that I do.
Wonderful, great job. Madison, come on out. Draw a question from the bowl, and I will read it. So cute. Oh, there you go. There you go. This one is number 2 for you all. Okay, in what ways have you grown since starting college?
Since starting NEO, I've been joining the student ambassadors is something that has helped me grow a lot. It's brought me out of my shell and done stuff that I never thought I'd be able to do. Giving tours, meeting new people. I've just been joining clubs is something that helped me grow as a person very.
Well, great job. Jamal, you are next up, my friend. Draw a question from the bowl, and I will read it. Okay. Here we go. That's a good question for you, Jamal. What have you enjoyed most about your college experience so far?
Oh man, definitely because student classes, definitely learning classes and actually passing my classes. Honestly, I can't because my most big thing on the side about college is getting college period. Not only being college, being successful in college. So one thing I was truly excited about was being in the band. The band, I think, helped me the most to get out there and become like show out my personality and show this guy in. And also like really support you because mentally, and when you're just like part of how hard working it is, it reminded me of what true grit is. It's like this band is like just for you, but no, if you truly dedicate yourself to anything, really, you understand how hard anything is you have to work at to truly have something. And then it's like in the college days, you really want it, you work harder. So the fact that what I'm excited about is being in band and overcoming my challenges and doing and becoming like a good band person, member, and I'll say that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's clean up. Come on out, draw the question from the bowl, and I will read it. Okay. Why did you choose your college major?
Well, when I first started here, I was a psychology major. Of course, I didn't think that's a good fit, so I switched to nursing. And then again, that wasn't my best fit. It was when I was in Professor Nicholas's class. For some reason, it brought back memories of writing and reading, and I enjoyed it very much. And that's when I decided to choose English because I realized how much I love to write and read and discuss literature and discover more of it. So it just led to me, it
led to a deeper love for nature and such.
Riley, you are up next. Go ahead and draw a question from the bowl and I will read it. Okay. What is the best way to spread joy to others?
I feel like this one's perfect for me. I love this question. So as I said in my video, actually, my main goal is to bring a smile to anyone I come across. I feel as though everyone needs joy in their life, no matter where they are. It's very important that everyone knows that there is a light at the end of the road, because everyone needs joy. Personally, I've dealt with things in my life where I've had depression, and I've always had those people in my life that has helped me go through what I did go through, because they were always encouraging to me. And I feel like just a few words to someone can make a big difference in their life, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their family situation is. And I feel like God has also given me the joy to spread to others as well. That is one of my most favorite things to do, is to bring someone happiness. Because I know where I was when I had absolutely no joy. And it's very important for everyone to know that there is something out there for them to live, something for them to smile. That is why I think it's important.
Wonderful, great job, thank you so much. Last but not least, we have Ms. Aubrey. Come on out. Give a question and I will read it. Last question of the evening. Okay. This is a good one. What do you want to be remembered for, Aubrey?
I most definitely want to be remembered for how I treated people and the difference I made in the world. I think that one thing that people can do to kind of lose sight of what really matters in the world is materialistic things. We always want what's new and what's best. We want a new phone. We want the latest technology that's out on the market. We want new clothes, and we want to look pretty all the time. But at the end of the day, at the end of your lifetime, that's not going to matter. People are going to remember you by how you treated them, if you were kind to them, when you were able to lend out a helping hand, and what you did for them in their life, and how you helped and made a difference in your community. And that's one thing why I always encourage people to really step out of their comfort zone, do community service, and really interact with people, and do whatever you can to make someone else's life better. Actions and words both make the biggest impact in somebody else's life, and just the smallest thing can make a huge difference in anyone's life. Thank you.
Wonderful. Great job. Thank you, Aubrey. Okay. This concludes our first ever live stream spring semester pageant. Please remember to attend our Turn the Fountain Blue event at 7 p.m. and vote for Mr. and Mrs. Moore's Spirit, as well as the homecoming game on Saturday at 2:30. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening to share with these wonderful 11 contestants. On behalf of NEO, we could not be more prouder of each and every one of them tonight. They have lived through so many trials and tribulations through these last 369 days. I think I'm counting, probably not a good idea. But we are so proud of every single one of them, all the mountains that they have climbed. They truly deserve your support, they truly deserve your love, and we are so thankful that you joined us here tonight to honor them. On behalf of NEO Aiden College, thank you so much for tuning in. Go, go, NEO!
We had 29 people watching. Actually, more than we had at all other stuff.